All right, I got a little bit of a message towards people who are activists who are non-black. I'm gonna say something to you, and you may not care for it, but I'm just a messenger. I'm not saying that I agree with all these sentiments. I'm just saying these are things that I've heard, and I think that if these are things that I've heard, maybe it sounds a little bit better coming from a black person who can kind of explain things a little bit better than the average person. With this being said, there's a problem in which whenever black people as a group are aggrieved in some way, let's say for example, a police officer fatally shoots a black person. And there's a rally. I'm going to say something. I'm going to act out a certain scenario and let me see if you can recognize it. So you get a group of people saying, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. And then about 10 seconds later, you'll get another group saying, uh, immigrant lives matter. And the next group's come, sex workers lives matter. And it's like, guys, we're here because a black person was fatally shot by a police officer. Not saying that any of those struggles aren't legitimate. They absolutely are. But if we haven't solved the problem of police officers, aka the slave patrol, fatally shooting black men, then maybe we need to worry about some of these struggles at another date or another time or another space. So I've heard this complaint. I'm originally from South Carolina. I've only been in Washington State for about 2 years now. I traveled from South Carolina to Washington State by car 18 times in the past 2 years. So I've talked to a lot of black people. And this is a very common thing that they complain about. It's not that black people are selfish in our struggle. It's that we have fought for everybody's struggle, especially foundational black Americans. And what we're trying to do is get some of our issues fixed. And whenever there are certain groups who come into our spaces, especially non-black people, they will start intertwining struggles and then saying things like, well, saying this word or saying this insult is like saying the N-word. Stuff like that. That's like, I keep trying to explain to people it's very insulting, it's very demeaning, but people don't understand it. Or when you join black-led organizations as a non-black person, and then you start mentioning things about, stuff that doesn't really have much to do with the black experience in this country, it's upsetting a lot of black people, myself included. This is why I've left some black-led organizations because of the heavy influence by non-black people. Even some black people who are non-FBA, not foundational black Americans, who agree with the non-black people and are used as buffers against people like me. We don't like that.